Alright, so we're going to show you guys how to don and doff and adjust these harnesses to fit you. For your size, you want to make sure you ask your competent person or your safety person on your site what size you should have, because there is multiple sizes. Now the adjustments can happen in between sizes. So if you're a medium to a large, you can either get a small medium or a large extra large and adjust accordingly. If you get the small harness, you want to adjust up. If you get the larger one, you want to adjust down. So it's good to have a fitting supervisor, safety professional, or competent person for fall protection get you a harness and get you fitted before you start. So I'm going to show you how to get a couple of these kind of dialed in. So first of all, you want to locate where this back strap is. There is a X essentially on this back pad that you will need to adjust up and down. The D-ring is probably one of the most important parts of adjustments. The adjustments to the D-ring must be between your shoulder blades, evenly distributed right down the center, not too low and not too high. The low part creates a flip over effect. So essentially if you fall, you'll be top heavy and you will fall forward, which will essentially hurt your back, possibly fall out the top of the harness. Very extreme, but it could happen. And if it's too high up towards the back of your head, if you fall and these get jarred upwards, these could potentially come up and hit you in the back of the head, which would cause other problems that we don't want either as well. So we want to make sure we're low enough in between your shoulder blades, so this way it doesn't create other issues we don't want. So first of all, locate that. We got your size, and you're going to go ahead and just put it on out of the bag. Open it up out of the bag, and just go ahead and see where it sits. All right. For me, this one hasn't been previously assembled or adjusted. This is what we call the tongue and groove. You have this particular breast strap that goes through. You can see it has a little slot, goes through here, and it hooks. This is probably the first one you want to put on and get an idea of where that fits here. My D-ring, okay, it sits back here, maybe a little bit tad high. We may need to adjust it. We'll get down to the pulling down and getting the adjustment here in a second. The other side of it is you have leg straps. The leg straps must come through, and in this, it's a tongue and buckle. So you have basically your grommets here and your buckle here with the rod that goes to the grommets. Okay. One thing you need to assure when you're getting started with this is that your pockets are empty. So in my case, I put this on, I started to adjust it, and I realized, oh no, I got my phone and my wallet and my keys. So I want to make sure my pockets are empty. Take my stuff out. Okay, no phones, no tools, nothing. Now much better. Now my adjustment's going to work fine. So go ahead and start back up again. Get my chest plate. And let's get my bottom strap. Okay. Keep in mind your strap needs to be snug, and we'll review that in a second. And always place it back into its little loop here that's designed for the harness. Okay, you don't want this loose hanging out because it could get caught on something, potentially loosen up. Do the same with the other side. What I do is I count my grommets. How many grommets am I in? I'm in the fourth grommet, so I want to use the same basic measuring tool, metrics, to get there. And I place my slack into the loop. As you can see, I can actually put my leg straps down some. That means that my harness is adjusted a little bit long. These straps right now, because they're so low, would essentially cause some problems with me. So I need to make sure these straps come up a little higher. So this means I need to remove the harness, check out my adjustment points, and we'll go over the adjustment points in a second, but make this shorter. So this is what you initially do. You get it on, you look at it, and you say, okay, where does it sit on me right now? It's not gonna be perfect the first go. So I look around and I say, okay, now I need to make some adjustments because my leg straps are too deep down in my thighs. They need to be essentially way up here. Now here's your adjusting points. This particular buckle adjusts the whole length of this strap from the back all the way to the front. So essentially, if you're gonna cinch things up, you wanna cinch this up, but then all the other parts in between this point and going all the way around back needs to be adjusted up as well. Which means I will have to adjust my pad. It'll need to go down some. And I will adjust this. So initially we wanna adjust this strap. Now these are a little bit difficult. They're not easy to get from here, and that's by design because you don't want it to get loose when you're falling. So ideally the best way to do it is rub it until it comes a little loose. Rub it like this, and it will loosen up on the rod. And then go ahead and pull yourself some slack out. Like I said, it's not easy to do, and that's fine. By design, I'm pulling slack out. So I pulled my slack out. And for me, I just guessed, I said I'll probably need about 1.5 inches, okay? Now you wanna make sure you hold this side down against this rod, and then you pull your slack through, which will essentially lock you into your new dimensions or your new measurements, and then you go ahead and pull this through this loop that's created to hold your slack in, okay? As you can see, you may not get it right the first time, but you want to make sure that your tails and your adjustments are even. So the best way to do that is pick it up, let it rest on your fingers, and then see if these are in line. Okay, this one seems to be a little bit lower, so maybe I need to do a little bit of adjustments. So what I can do, maybe I back this one down just a little bit. There we go. I pulled maybe just about 1/4 inch through. It's a little closer now. Alright. Okay. So now to additionally move forward, I've already moved some of these up a little bit. I moved my strap up. I moved this little hook holder up. My chest strap is up a little bit. Now I need to worry about getting this thing pushed down. Okay. So ideally, we start at the bottom and give me about 1 inch or so. Okay, on the bottom half, I go ahead and pull it through. And we want to make it by section. It's a little bit easier, section by section. So you pull the pad through first, pull this through the pad first, and then you want to pull the top, this strap. This one goes underneath, this one goes over the top. Try to stuff this top one through first, and just give yourself that little bit of slack you're looking for. See how I kind of pulled this through, and the slack came up? Do the same with the bottom strap. This time you're gonna have to dig underneath here a little bit. This is the strap we're looking for. Go ahead and wiggle it. As you can see, it is coming through here. Adjusting. And once you get that 1 inch or so, you notice how you see there's slack here. And that's to show you that you're actually moving it down. So now we got to move to the top side. So let's go ahead and fish this stuff down. And as you can see, here's the slack on the other side. So similar fashion, I would start with your bottom one first. Pull that sucker through. You see I got about 1 inch slack. Now you can do the top one. So now my adjustments have been made for this plate to go down about 1 inch. Now let's try this on. I'm going to go ahead and try to put this on now that I've made my adjustments and see what the difference is on my leg strap. Chest plate's still the same. I can already feel when my strap comes through the backside that it's already hugging me a lot sooner than it did even when I was putting it on the first time. So I'm going to go ahead and do 3 grommets, or do the 3rd grommet instead of the 4th to see how that works. Logically, when you get it up closer, your thighs are going to get bigger, especially when you're strapping closer to your trunk, so which creates your larger circumference on your strap. So as you can tell, I went 3 grommets and it already fits tighter up towards the top. And it's essential that you make sure that this is as tight as possible. Remember, nothing in your pockets, nothing in your back pockets. That would create an uncomfortable feeling within and underneath there. This needs to be tight to your body to save your life. When you adjust this, you want to make sure chest plate's good, your leg straps are good, and essentially make sure your D-ring is as close to between your shoulder blades as possible. If you have any questions or concerns, please refer to the owner's manual.